Welcome to our study in the Gospel of Mark. We're going to go a little shorter from now on. We found that most of you prefer a little bit abbreviated Bible study, so that's what we're going to do for the next few weeks and see how it goes. We're in Mark, the 14th chapter, and we'll start at verse 12, talking about the Last Supper with Jesus instituting. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go and make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" And then the verses that follow, they made those arrangements. And then in verse 22, while they were eating, that's eating the Passover meal, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take it, this is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many," he said to them. "Truly, I tell you, I will not drink again from the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God." As a hospice chaplain, I've had the opportunity to have the Lord's Supper with people. And I've had the Lord's Supper with people on Sundays, and I've also had the Lord's Supper with people on almost every other day of the week. I know some people kind of furrow their brow and wonder, well, why do you do that? Aren't you supposed to take it just on Sundays? I want to take you into a very brief study, since we've got just a few minutes. I wanted to take you on a very brief study of the issue of the day of the Lord's Supper. And does it matter? Does the Bible prescribe an exact day to do this? Now, in church history, we find it fairly clear that folks very early on were taking the Lord's Supper on Sunday. Many Jewish Christians continued to take it on the Sabbath day. But listen, let's go back to the beginning. Go back to the headwaters and here in Mark 14. When Jesus instituted the Lord's Supper, it was the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which would have been a Thursday night. Maundy Thursday for many folks, Protestants who celebrate Lent. Maundy Thursday is the night that Jesus instituted the supper. To a Jew, that would have been Friday, the day of Jesus' betrayal and crucifixion. So we have the supper instituted on a Thursday night, and then the passage that we usually use to say that it's absolutely necessary that we take the supper only on Sunday is Acts 20, verse 7. And it says, "On the first day of the week we gathered together to break bread," and Paul spoke to the people. And because he intended to leave the next day, kept on talking until midnight. Now, there is ambiguity about this, what this breaking of bread is, for one thing. Exactly what that means. In the book of Acts, it's interesting. The breaking of bread occurs in many different situations and doesn't always mean the Lord's Supper. Not every time in the book of Acts. However, it probably does here, although we're not 100% sure. They probably ate a common meal and they had the Lord's Supper. Now, if you look carefully, it says that Paul was going to speak till midnight and then leave the next day, which means that they probably met that evening, which would have been a Saturday evening. Because the way they dated things, it was Saturday night was Sunday, was the first day of the week. Since they measured days sundown to sundown and not midnight to midnight like we do today. Now, in Corinth, Paul had a golden opportunity to tell the Corinthians exactly what day he wanted them to take the Lord's Supper. In 1 Corinthians 11:26, here's what he said. "Whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." And the word he uses is whenever. Not only on Sunday or Saturday or any other day, he said whenever. Now, the first ever Lord's Supper took place on a Thursday evening, which would have been Friday to a Jew. Christians in the first century took the supper on a Saturday night, which would have been Sunday to a Jew. So what is it? Is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? We have examples of all four. So which do you give more weight to? I think that's the question. So what is it? I think the only thing we can gather from this, the governing principle, the thing on which we need to base everything, and there's nothing wrong with taking the Lord's Supper on a Sunday. Please don't misunderstand me. The governing principle is that whenever we do it, that we proclaim the Lord's death until he comes. And that's